clear to play.
It's not. Yeah, oh, you're absolutely correct. I am so impressed. No, really, like that's okay. I'm going to talk about elite choices that can be troops choices because that's just how it works here, and that's actually the majority of. Now, I'm only going to talk about the elites that can be troops. The other elites that are only elites, that'll be saved for the elite section of this Chaos Codex review. So when I say that, that includes Chosen, Khorne Berzerkers, Flag Marines, Thousand Sons. I was going to say Emperor's Children, but that's Noise Marines. There you go. The reason why I had to think about that is because I've never fielded them before, ever. So, and let me explain that. Because in the troop section of the Codex, there's only two things listed: Chaos Space Marines and Chaos Cultists. Then the elite section starts. However, if you bring a Chaos Lord with a Mark of Chaos, that Mark of Chaos is able to bring the elite choice, the corresponding elite choice as a troop's choice. For example, Mark of Khorne, you could bring Khorne Berzerkers as a troop's choice, Thousand Sons, Tzeentch, and so on and so forth, okay? So now the reason why I included Chosen in there is because when you bring Abaddon, the Despoiler, he makes Chosen troops choices. Now that's very important because Chosen are pretty good. They're pretty darn good, man. Like you can have like a really elite army. Now the thing about the Chosen is this. They're similar to regular Chaos Space Marines, with the exception that they have an extra attack built in, okay? They're 18 points a model if you want to add more to the squad, and you're able to give them a lot more weapons than you are with the regular Chaos Space Marines. So this is how I look at it, okay? And this is, I'm going a little bit off topic, but it's related somehow. The Chaos Space Marines, the regular troops choice, they're like your mid-ground unit choice, okay? Then your Chosen, they're your very shooty version of them. And then your Possessed, they're your close combat version of them. And so that's how I look at it. That's like no Chaos Mark specific equivalent if you were to just stay within that field allowance of units. All right, so their war gear is power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, close combat weapon, frag grenades, crack grenades, and that's good because they have a bolt pistol and a close combat weapon, so that adds to their base attacks of 2, which means they have 3 base attacks. So that's good. Now they can also replace a bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. Actually, up to 4 models can do this, and you start with 5. You have 1 Chosen champion and then 4 Chosen. Okay, you can replace your close combat weapon with one of the following: a power weapon, lightning claw, power fist. So you can have 5 guys there with power fists if you really want to. I don't suggest it, but it's just within the realm of possibility. Replace bolt pistol, close combat weapon, and bolt gun with a pair of lightning claws. I don't suggest doing that because you have your warp talons, and warp talons come with jump packs. So don't do that with them. Would not suggest that. Replace bolt gun with one of the following: combi bolter, flamer, combi flamer, melta or plasma, melta gun, plasma gun. And so with their corresponding points for each of the upgrades. Combi bolter is that's a bolter that is twin linked. That's what that is. Okay, but it's called a combi bolter. Yeah, that's what it is. So I think their regular weapons are fine the way they are. I'm just kidding. I would absolutely add their additional weapons, because why on earth are you bringing Chosen unless you're kitting them out with weapons? Like 4 melta guns, or here, let me look at this for a second, okay? Just give me 1 second. Okay, I gotta show you something. Range weapons. Oh, see, now this is interesting. Okay, let me tell you why it's interesting. The Chosen Champion may take items from the melee weapons and or ranged weapons section of the war gear list. I'm going to turn to that on page 91. In the ranged weapons section here, says that a model can replace one weapon with one of the following: a combi bolter, a combi flamer, melta or plasma, and a plasma pistol. It does not include a regular melta gun, or a regular plasma gun. It just says the combi version of those. So you can't have 5 Meltas, for example, with your 5 guys. You can have 4 Meltas and 1 combi Melta, but not 5. That's my understanding of this right now. Okay. After reading it before and reading it again, that's what it looks like. So that's just how that works. Once again, you know what? Let's talk about what I would bring. Okay. I would love to bring the 4 Melta gun. I'll say 4. I'm not going to include that combi Melta, although I would probably bring it. I'm not going to include that with 1. I'll say 4 because those are like solid 4 all the time 4, not a combi Melta. Might even miss and like doesn't count at the rest of the game Melta, like a legitimate all the time Melta. I'll say that. Okay, so 4 Meltas, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I just have to admit, because that's scary. A unit with 4 Melta guns is scary. It really is. Wouldn't you be scared of that?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really scary. It's a good kill team too. No, because they like to have different weapons with the kill team. Anyway, going on. Let's see what I do. Autocannon, heavy bolter. Not really a fan of the heavy bolters. Las cannon, 20 points. See, additional 20 points. It's like having another model. So what would you rather have? That, or it's hard to say, right? Now missile launcher is 15 points. I would do that over the las cannon. I'm a fan of the missile launchers because it's with frag or crack missiles. And yeah, you got some versatility there. So the thing about that is, now we're talking about comparing Chosen with Havocs. Because your Havoc squad you can have sit in the back of the table and there can be 4 missile launchers and you can just leave them there for the game, right? Maybe hide them in cover, maybe take like an Aegis defense line so you're +2 to your cover and then you're good, then you're safe somewhat, right? But if I'm going to arm weapons on my Chosen, it will definitely be a mid-range to close weapon. Like it would be flamers or melta guns. Not plasma guns because it's more expensive and that gets hot thing is just annoying. So, nope, no good. Autocannon, see that's an interesting option there because your autocannon, heavy 2. See, that's the only problem. Yes, you're 48 inches away. It's only AP4, but like you would have to, for that to be maximum efficiency, you would have to not move, and you want to be able to move with these guys because they're Chosen. You want them attacking stuff, like killing stuff with their weapons at mid-range, close to mid-range. So that's what I would do. Melta guns are flamers, and you can't deny that 4 Meltas with flamers in your face, like that's something that you're going to want to take out. So, and if you can't do it with weapons, you have to do it with close combat. And if that happens, then you got 4 overwatched flamers singeing your eyebrows. So that'll be fun. Okay, the Chosen champion may take items from the melee weapons and or ranged weapons section of the war gear list. We talked about this already. Would I put a power fist on this guy? That's the question. Would I do it?
I don't know.
I would not. I wouldn't waste points on that because I would deck out a close combat unit that is specifically geared towards close combat and put a power fist on him instead of putting it on the Chosen. Okay. The Chosen champion may take a gift of mutation. Would I do that? Only for the purposes of having fun would I do that. If I was playing competitively, I don't know if I'd do that because it's leaving it up to chance too much. It's random. Like, yes, it's a good ability. You might get some good stuff, but extra 10 points. Like if you do that all over the place, then that could mean the difference between an extra unit and not. And so that would be a savings of a points that I would definitely save. Mark of Chaos. Let me see here. What would it be? It would definitely be a toss-up between Slaanesh or Nurgle. And here's why. Nurgle is the most expensive here. It's 3 points per model, but that gives your toughness 5. So it makes you less susceptible it's a hard word to say, to instant death. And it also just makes it more irritating for your opponents because it's hard to kill you. It's awesome. It's good. And then you get your Icon of Despair for only 10 points. It's really cheap. You might as well cause that fear. That's what I would say. If you're fighting against Space Marines, you might as well add the Veterans of the Long War for 2 points a model. That makes you 20 points a model. So if you're fielding a 5-man squad, that's an extra 10 points. That's not bad. +1 your leadership, which makes you leadership 10, by the way. Actually, now having looked at that, leadership 9 is not bad.
Oh, no, it's not.
Would I waste 10 points on that? Yes, I would waste 10 points on that because, well, if you're fighting against Space Marines. If not, then I wouldn't bother. Because you get that hatred to Space Marines with the Veterans of the Long War, so then I would definitely do it because, you're going to be in close combat. That's just what's going to happen, so. And your Icon of Excess, by the way, is your Feel No Pain. So if you get the Marcus Slanesh, you not only have initiative 5, so you're attacking before your counterparts, but you have Feel No Pain, which is just like in your face type of stuff, right? In your face. If you don't choose to put an icon of Chaos God, then get the Icon of Vengeance for 25 points and make them fearless, okay? Because if you're having them run up, you don't want them to run away. If your enemy's shooting at you, you want to be able to be fearless and take those shots and then just go up and kill stuff. Now the question is, do we put them in a Rhino? I would say yes, absolutely put them in a Rhino because Rhinos are cheap, all right? Rhinos are 35 points. Yes, all the Space Marine players are just clamoring and they are just like, wow, how, why, man, sucks. So that's what I would do. And would you look at that, okay? In the Codex, there's a picture of a Chaos Rhino with a bunch of chosen Chaos Space Marines.
Nice.
So they even suggest it. So
when you said Rhino, I thought of a Rhino, not a tank machine.
You know that my daughter thinks that a laundry basket is a Rhino?
Really?
Yeah, because she likes to ride in it. Isn't that like the cutest thing you've ever heard in your life?
Oh yeah.
Other than the gremlin that's in the computers in the back that like mess things up from time to time?
What?
Wait, what? You're acting like you don't know.
Oh, is it like what happened with like Mike?
Yes, it happened with Mike. I say it like it's sarcasm, but it's actually not. That's the problem with me talking. A lot of people think that I'm joking, but I'm not. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Does it? Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so that's chosen. Wow. Wow. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about Khorne Berzerkers. Let's go on to that right now, okay? And we're going to get nice and cozy. We're going to be talking about this stuff for a long time. And so I hope that you're enjoying this. Please let me know if you are enjoying this, if you like these types of videos where I'm just sitting and talking about this stuff. If you like watching it as you're painting, or I don't know, maybe you just like watching it and you're not painting. Who knows? If you could rate it, if you're on the website, if you could rate it high, if you truly like it, then I will certainly make more. It'll be a good indicator to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you gotta do it right away too, because that's how I've learned to just do stuff. If I get a thought in my mind, I have to do it right away because I know that I'll forget. And if I forget, then it's gone forever. And I said that like the Sandlot kid who said that when about the dog. Yeah. It's like forever. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
No. No, not at all. Okay. He's the kid who's faked like he was drowning so he could like
him.
CPR with that blonde girl.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, imagery. How do you like that imagery? Okay, all because of the word forever. That's why my mind goes off. That's why when I think of stuff, I have to do it right away. Otherwise, I will forget because it gets clouded by, I was gonna say desperation, but it's not. It's distraction. That's what the word. That's the D word I was thinking of. Now, Khorne Berzerkers, elites. So you got to bring Khorne the Betrayer, or you got to bring a Chaos Lord or a or a sorcerer with the mark of Khorne. No, hold on. No, that's incorrect. You can't do that. That's a funny joke. Because you can't bring Khorne sorcerers. They're impossible. Has to be a lord with the mark of Khorne, okay? All right, you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I hope
okay,
so.
Good stuff. All right, yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so Khorne Berzerkers, their stat line is the same as a Chaos Space Marine, with the exception of weapon skill, which is weapon skill 5, so that's good, you're hitting better. And, well, they're also leadership 8, which is lower than it used to be. Yeah, it used to be leadership 9, I believe. So that's a little lower. That ain't good now, okay? Now you could give them Veterans of the Long War special rule, which is 1 point per model.
Mountain?
Per mountain, yeah, that's exactly what I said and what I meant. Now, let's take a look at their war gear, okay? Because their attacks is in the profile, it only says 1 attack. The Berserker Champion has 2. But their war gear is power armor, bolt pistol, close combat weapon, which is good because it makes it up to 2. That's what's needed. Frag grenades, crack grenades. Their special rules are Champion of Chaos. I've said that quite a few times. I'm testing you now. Do you know what the special rule Champion of Chaos gives you?
Crack grenades?
No. No, it makes you roll on the Chaos Boon table if you kill an enemy character.
Chaos Boon table if you...
Boon, not boom. It's not boom table.
A boom.
Oh! Drop the brush. Here, I get it.
You made me drop it.
Yeah, I made you drop everything, right? Blame me. Okay, there you go. Okay,
Thank you.
there you go. Yes, things are dropped in this office. All right, they are fearless, so that's good. And they have Furious Charge, which only adds to their strength now, not their initiative. And they have the Mark of Khorne, which is Rage and Counterattack. So, by the way, for those of us who have forgotten, Rage, you don't have to attack the closest enemy anymore. Instead, what it does is it gives you +2 attacks on your charge. Unless it's a disorder charge, then you don't benefit from it. That's the Mark of Khorne. Now, options. May add up to 15 Khorne Berzerkers for 19 points a model. In the old codex, it was 21, I believe, points a model. So that's it seems like it's a good thing, but it really isn't. And the reason why it's not is because they have less attacks now. They have 2 attack space instead of 3 attack space, which is what they used to have. All right. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, they have Rage, so that gives them +2 in the charge, so it's actually 4 attacks on the charge if they happen to charge a unit that's not already in close combat, and if they happen to get the charge. But then that makes them equal to what they were before. So they got nerfed a bit. I'm disappointed by that. That doesn't make it so I'm not going to feel them. I'm still going to feel them because they're awesome close combat ninjas that love their lives and they kill stuff. Now, an upgrade that they've gotten is that any model may take a chain axe, which some might think, well, that's what they had before. They actually don't have that now. They have a close combat weapon that they can upgrade to a chain axe for 3 points a model, bringing that to 22 points a model. The good thing about that, sis, is that chain axes are AP4.
AP4.
Now, that's significant because you're able to slice through a whole bunch of stuff that you weren't able to before. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And to be absolutely honest, when I read that for the first time years ago in the 40K rulebook, when it was explaining close combat weapons and chain axe, because I think it used the chain axe example from the Khorne Berzerkers, I imagined it being something special. But it wasn't. It was just classified under the generic close combat weapon, which was disappointing. But they have done that. So now the thing that sucks about that is that it's a bit too expensive. 3 points a model, that's too much. Right? You got 10 guys in your squad, that's an extra 30 points. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot of points, man. No good. No. That's a lot. But it does give you something good, and I would suggest that you bring them. Yeah. They sound like they would be useful against anything. Yeah. Unless you're fighting against Space Marines. Don't bring them. If you know you're fighting against Space Marines, don't bring them. Seriously, it makes sense not to. Okay. But if you're against anything else, like Tyranids or Orcs or something with, obviously, an armor save of 4 or greater, then bring them, right? Know your opponent before you're bringing those upgrades. Up to 2 Khorne Berzerkers may replace their bolt pistol with a plasma pistol. No, don't do that. Because you're not going to be shooting with your Khorne Berzerkers, you're going to want to get them in close combat, right? So, the Berserker Champion may take items from the melee weapons and or ranged weapons section of the war gear list. Take your Power Fist here. This is where you spend points on that, because you got to have it. It's important to have that. And also, by the way, with your frag grenade, you can actually shoot that when you're, like, you do have bolt pistols, and so if you are charging into something, you can shoot it with your bolt pistols before you attack it. Do that frag grenade, because that's a strength 8 AP3 blast. I read it yesterday. I don't think I'm wrong.
Are you sure?
I think I'm right.
You could be wrong.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, viewers, but I think that's right. And it says that you can actually do that before you assault in the shooting phase. You can do that. It says one though. Only one model from the unit can do it.
Okay.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am on that respect. It's under grenades in the 40K rulebook, just in case you feel like looking it up and saying, oh wait, see if Dave's wrong. But I've been wrong before. Like it's not like I've been wrong a lot actually. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I focus on bantering. I don't focus on playing the game. I should probably focus on playing the game a little bit more. Yeah. Sometimes I totally forget like what turn I'm on, and so many times I've missed my turns.
Really?
Yeah. And so many times the player has missed their turn, and so perhaps some of those games were like, oh, you actually only got 2 turns and not 5, so maybe that's why you lost.
What?
So now I'm making up crap to make it sound like it's funny, but I don't even know if it's working. But
yeah, I kind of laughed.
You kind of laughed a little bit, yeah. Okay, going back, Power Fist. Bring a Power Fist on your Berserker champion. He's called a Berserker champion now, not a Skull champion. So that changed for no good reason. Shame on you. The Berserker champion may take a gift, a mutation, for 10 points, which gives you a roll in the Chaos Moon table before the beginning of the game. So I would say do it, right? 10 points on the guy that you know is going to be in close combat. If it gives him +1 strength, that's a very good thing. Okay. If it gives him feel no pain, then that's a good thing, because you're going to equip him with a Power Fist. You're going to want to keep him alive as long as possible. So I would say take that 10 points. Take that gifted mutation. The Berserker champion may take Melta Bombs for 5 points. Yeah, so that's tough. Are your Berserkers going to be attacking vehicles? See, that's tough because maybe you don't know if you're going to, right? But Melta Bombs are useful and they're only 5 points. See, that's a toss-up. I would say yes. I'd say yes, do it. You might as well. If you have a couple squads of Berserkers, it's only an extra 10 points. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing to do. Okay? Not a bad thing. One model in the unit may take an Icon of Wrath, which gives you... Hold on. Hold on now. This doesn't make sense. Okay, I gotta look some up now. Because earlier in the video, I said that Icon of Wrath gives you Furious Charge. But they already have Furious Charge. So that's actually correct. Oh, you know what? This doesn't even make... Now the other thing that it does do is that you can re-roll your charge range. But I don't know why it would say Furious Charge when you are already given... Oh, that's why. Okay, now I understand why. Because let's say you were to bring a Chaos Space Marine troops choice, and you gave them the Mark of Khorne. Chaos Space Marines don't have Furious Charge, so that gives them Furious Charge, and it also gives them a reroll on their charge range. Whereas Khorne Berzerkers, they already have it, so it's got to still say it because that gives it to them whether they're Khorne Berzerkers or not. So, yeah, that makes sense to me now. Everything is good and in order. Okay? Are you fine? Are you thirsty? I'm way thirsty, man, and it's cold in here.
Fasting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
That's okay.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's good. Fasting's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's actually good for your brain and your body.
Really?
You do it like every once in a while for a day.
Yeah. That's good to cleanse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm proud of you. It's good.
Thanks, man.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, do you take the Icon of Wrath for 15 points? That's the question. Yeah, the answer is yes. No, seriously, I had to think about it. But the answer is yes, because you're going to want to re-roll your charge range. And the reason why that you want to do that is because Khorne Berzerkers are meant to be in close combat. And if you fail your charge range, that just sucks. So if you get to re-roll it, then the chances of you getting into close combat is better. And it's worth that 15 points. Because if it's the difference between you not and you getting gunned down, or you do and then you killing a squad, like that's worth 15 points, right? So do it. Do it now. Yeah, I know you're going to say it. I know what you're going to say before you say it.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, Veterans of the Long War. If you're fighting Space Marines, do it. If not, don't do it. It's only 1 point a model, but I mean, you know what? See that they, what the? Yeah, see they got nerfed on their leadership, so they're leadership 8 now. So that's a little bit different. I would say do it. So your units are becoming more expensive now. Khorne Berzerkers got nerfed. by a bit. I would say if it was in terms of percentages, and they were 90% before, they're like 70 to 75 now. Yeah, that's how that works. That's unfortunate, Zerkers. I'm sorry about that. But I would still bring you because you're fun. And I would still bring you over Chaos Space Marines with the Mark of Khorne. I really would. Because those are even... Now, granted, you would pay more for Khorne Berzerkers, but the results on that are just like...
Great sound effects.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you got more attacks and you get better weapon skill. That's why I would do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now the question of Rhino. Unit may take a Chaos Rhino as a dedicated transport. Wow. Oh man. That's just, yep. And the other thing that sucks is that, and I don't think this is different from the other codex, is that, or it might be, I don't know. Actually, I don't think it is. Chaos Land Raiders, they're heavy support. So you can't take it as a dedicated transport for these guys. It doesn't count as that. So if you were to take that, that would count as one of your heavy support choices. And that's the only, excuse me, that's the only thing you can bring in order to get them into combat because it's a assault vehicle. If you're in a Rhino, then man, oh man. Yeah, so it's even tougher now because it's tougher. You can't assault if you don't move and you get out. That's just, man, yeah, man, you're being like nerfed left, right, and center here, boys. Like this is like, wow. But you would have to. It's only 35 points. You have to bring them because they have to be protected. And they used to have the infiltrate special rule. Do they have that anymore? They don't have it. What the heck? Are you serious? Okay, so, wow. Ooh, this isn't good. This is not good. Okay, so this makes me think. I'm gonna go back to the HQs, okay? Where is he? Where is he? See, now it's, yeah. I was just going to suggest, if you bring Huron Blackhearts, then you can get Master Deception, which is up to D3 units can infiltrate at the beginning of the game. But if you do that, then your Khorne Berzerkers don't count as troop choices, so you can't even infiltrate them effectively. Man, wow. You know what? I am earnestly trying to find ways that makes this good, and I'm like having difficulty here. Yeah, this is tough. You know what? I'm going to have to say that it's not a good choice. That sucks. Man. But see, in my case, I would still bring them because they're fun. Like, that's what it all comes down to, is having fun, right? How much fun would you have fielding a unit? And although there's a lot of things that aren't as good as they used to be, like the fact that they had 4 attacks before in the charge, and now they only have, well, they have 4 if they make it and it's not disordered. So it's not the same. Come on. Gee whiz. Yeah. Now it's down to a 50-50. It's like, you know, bring them if you want to, but if not, it's completely understandable because you might get Mauler Fiend. Okay, now let's talk about Thousand Suns. I'm going to talk about that because Plague Marines are more popular, and I'm going to do that in the next part, so that'll give you a reason to watch the next part. So I'm just going to talk about Thousand Suns. So for the rest of this video, it'll be Thousand Suns, so if you have no interest, just go on to the next part, and I'm going to talk about Plague Marines. But for those of you who want to hear about Thousand Suns, we're going to talk about them now.
Pause it.
Okay? No, it's in the same thing.
I know, but don't you usually like...
I usually pause the video here, so let's just split up the parts, but I'm not going to. This is going to be an extra long part.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So people don't have to get off their butts when they're painting and hit next on the computer, which is actually, the mouse is like right in front of them, so they wouldn't even have to do it anymore. They're not being lazy, don't worry, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Why does that happen? How do I like talk like that? It's because I have like 10,000 thoughts and I'm trying to get it all out. Yeah, and it just doesn't work sometimes. And I apologize if I spit on you once again.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, Thousand Suns, going back to Thousand Suns. All right, 150 points for 5 of these guys. By the way, Khorne Berzerkers is 105 points for 5. Okay, so they are cheaper than your Thousand Suns. Just so you know. And you have to bring a sorcerer with the Mark of Tzeentch or Ahriman if you want the 1,000 Suns to count as troops choices. So, for 150 points, you get 5. Their stat line is 4s across the board. They have 1 wound, 1 attack. Yeah, 1 attack each. Now, their leadership is 10. Same with their aspiring sorcerer. He's got leadership 10. They have a 3+ save. So, this is their war gear. Power armor, bolt gun, 1,000 Suns only in brackets underneath bolt gun. So, why does it say that? Huh, okay, I don't know why. Do I know why?
Yeah.
Do I know why? No, I don't know why there's in brackets. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like really obvious, but I'm not getting it. But 1,000 Suns only. It says bolter. Whatever that means. They have a bolt gun, bolt pistol. Oh, bolt pistol for the aspiring sorcerer only. Okay, now I know what that means. Now I understand. Okay, so the 1,000 Suns in this unit have bolt guns. The aspiring sorcerer in this unit has a bolt pistol. Okay, that's what that means. Okay. Yeah, I just had to read an extra line in order for it to take, you know, it's like watching a show and being like, wait, why did that happen? I don't get it. And it's like you have to watch the whole episode to understand why it happened, but like some people, they just want to know right away, right? It's like one of those scenarios. Now, the aspiring sorcerer also has a force weapon, which is, okay, all right, he's got a force weapon. And then infernal bolts. Those infernal bolts are resolved at AP3. And infernal bolts are any shots that come from your bolters. So that's good. Yeah, that's not bad if you're fighting against your brothers in arms who obey the Emperor. I was going to make fun of that, but I'm also Blood Angels, and so now I'm torn. But since this is a Chaos video, yeah, take that, Space Marines. Yes. I just hope Sanguinius didn't hear. All right, special rules. Champion of Chaos, aspiring sorcerer only. Okay, so yeah, he is a champion of Chaos, so that's good. We all know what that means. The group is fearless. That is also good. They have the Mark of Tzeentch, which gives them a... Oh, hold on. There's one thing that I missed here. After force weapon is the Aura of Dark Glory, which is a 5+ invulnerable save. Then on top of that, they have the Mark of Tzeentch, which improves their invulnerable save by 1, which means they have a 4+ invulnerable save. Wow. Okay, so that's good. I like it. Options. May add up to 15,000 Suns for 23 points a model. That's more expensive than some other things that we've encountered. 23 points a model. Okay. And you know what? I think the reason why it is the way it is because they're pretty strong. I mean, they got a 4+ invulnerable save, and they have leadership 10. Like, that's not bad. And their bolters, their bolter shots are resolved at AP3. Like, they're pretty good. Like, they're not bad. Okay. It's still a little on the expensive side for my taste, but it's still not bad. Okay. You just have to understand that and like accept it. Right? You just have to accept it. Yeah, it's all good. The aspiring sorcerer may take melted bombs. He also may take a gift of mutation. 10 points, melted bombs, 5 points. Would I do the gift of mutation on this guy? It seems as though a lot of the stuff on the Chaos Boon table is geared towards close combat. So, for example, +1 attack, Eternal Warrior, +1 strength, Ballistic skill, that's not. +1 initiative, yes. Return to full wounds, or if wounded has a +1 wound. That's good all around. +1 toughness, good all around. Shrouded for shooting. Armor save improves by 1. Melee weapon now has Fleshbane. Fleshbane is, yeah, that's close combat. Passing and deny the witch roll makes enemy psyker take a strength 6 AP2 hit. Wow. Okay, so that's actually pretty good there. That's for reroll failed armor saves. Yeah, that's good all around. Melee or poison attacks. Melee attacks are poison. Crusader. Hammer of Wrath. So it's probably like a 60-40 split between the melee and the shooting. More so melee. Only slightly more. So would I get him to do that? I think I would. Yeah, he should take a gift of mutation. I keep on spitting. Man, I see all these droplets everywhere.
Close your mouth.
How am I supposed to talk?
Get,
Am I Jeff Dunham?
Get a guard for your mouth.
Okay. All right, one model in the unit may take an icon of flame, which gives all their... Yeah, okay, I would do that too, because that gives the Soul Blaze special rule to their bolter shots, which already are infernal bolts. So that's good. Do you know why that's good?
Because it's just awesome.
Okay, so this is what Soul Blaze does, for those of us who don't remember. Roll a die, and on a 4-up, that unit takes a D3, strength 4 AP5 hits. Yeah, so it's essentially more bolter shots on them. That's the way I look at it and how I remembered it. The question is, when do they do it? Is that at the beginning of your turn or at the end of their turn? I don't know. And I don't have the rulebook here to remind me, but it's at some point in time. I think it's at... no, not even going to guess. I don't remember. But that's what it is. Okay? That's what it is. And the way it's worded is funny. It's like, on a roll of 1 to 3, it does nothing. On a 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that, like it uses all this language when they can just say, on a 4-up, roll a D3. Yeah, they could just say that, but yeah. So I would take it. I would take the Icon of Flame because you're going to be shooting at stuff. You will be. And those extra things that are killed with the Soul Blaze are essentially extra shots, which are essentially extra guys in your squad. And each guy is 23 points, and for only 15 points, you could kill more. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. All right, so unit may take a Chaos Rhino as dedicated transport. Yes, take the Rhino. And because if you roll Disembark, you can still shoot. And that's what you want to do. You want to be able to shoot because in bolter range, that's I would say that's mid-range as well, so you want to be able to get up there and shoot better. You can take the hits because you got an invulnerable save, so that's what you need to do. Take the Rhino for sure. Otherwise, your foot's logging and you're just going to be, it's no good. Yeah, remember, it's 35 points. It's cheap for the Rhino, so do it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say, you know how there's like these special, these special numbers that you take, and I forget what Thousand Suns. I think it's 8. 8 guys in Thousand Suns. I could be wrong, but some guys like to do that for fluff purposes. If I'm going to take more than 5, I'm going to take 10. That's what it's going to be. 10 guys. It just seems like a really well-rounded number, especially because you can fit 10 guys in a Chaos Rhino. That's what I would do. And yeah. So remember that your Psyker, which is your aspiring sorcerer, gets a psychic ability from the Discipline of Tzeentch. Just remember that. So, and in case you didn't watch the HQ video, I'm going to go over what that is. Just the Tzeentch one though, okay? And it doesn't say anything about the possibility of him choosing from other disciplines, so my guess is that he can only choose from the mastery of Tzeentch. So, Discipline of Tzeentch. The Primaris power is Tzeentch's Firestorm, range 24 inches, D6 plus 1, AP nothing, Assault 1, Blast Infernal. And Infernal is the special rule here, and it says each model removed causes D3 further hits at Strength 3, AP nothing. So, I guess it wouldn't be bad because it's D6 plus 1, but the chances of that, so you're looking at like on average, a bolter strength shot. It's a blast, so that's not bad. For each model removed causes D3 further hits. Oh, interesting. So it's actually like a lot. So there's a possibility of a lot there. So it's not bad. Boon of Mutation. A friendly character within 2 inches takes a Strength 4 AP nothing hit, then rolls in the Chaos Boon table. All right, so that's a blessing. So you're going to want to do that if you have another character that you wish to give them abilities. So Doombolt is a beam weapon, 18-inch range, Strength 8, AP 1, Assault 1, Detonate. Detonate's a special ability here. It says vehicles hit by Doombolt. Roll 2d6 for the range of explode results. So that's kind of cool, especially if you're fighting against orcs and you hit an orc truck or something. Like that'd be good. Yeah, that'd probably be the most useful that I can think of. Or Imperial Guard. That'd be good too. Breath of Chaos. This is a Warp Charge 2. The other ones were Warp Charge 1. It's a Witchfire. So it's a template, Strength 1, AP 2. Oh. Assault 1, Corrosion, Poison +4. And Corrosion is vehicles suffer a glancing hit on a D6 roll of 4 plus regardless of armor. So that's an okay. It's an okay one. Okay. Yeah. The good thing about that is that it's AP2. Okay, so let's say you're going up against Terminators, then there you go. Assault weapon, AP2. Take that. All right?
You move the table a lot.
Because it's poison 4. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So you should really paint like this and not like this, because you're going to be painting like this. Yeah. I kind of move around a lot, okay? I'm a little, I was going to say flighty, but that's not good. Yeah, your face is entirely covered right now. That's okay. It's okay. If that's how you paint better, then that's what I would prefer.
I paint like this, and I paint like the other way I was doing it before.
You know what I like about this? What? Is that he's similar color scheme to Defi.
Yeah.
And so he's like Defi's cousin who likes to fly in the sky and flame stuff with his bale flamer.
It's like, haha, you can't fly, all you can do is crawl. So this guy would say.
Oh.
Defi wouldn't say that, he can't fly.
Nope. That'd be funny if he could fly though. It's like a flying
I like 6
crab.
jetpacks on him.
Yeah, his legs would be like, that would be a funny sight. So, yeah. So, okay, now let's talk about which one you would actually choose here if you were to roll on this table. Given that your choices are to take one of them or just go with the Primaris power. Your Primaris power isn't bad if you're fighting against a Horde army. So I would say if you're fighting against a Horde army and you get the boon of mutation, which is like, you know, you can give one of your characters a roll on the Chaos Boon table, then choose the Primaris power because that kills more guys. Doombolt, it is a beam, so it kills more than one guy. So I would say keep Doombolt, whether you're fighting against a Horde army or not. I would keep the Doombolt. Same with the Breath of Chaos. I would do that because you do get to Overwatch because it's template, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so if you get Doombolt or Breath of Chaos, keep them. If you get Boon of Mutation, do the Firestorm. That's what I would do. Okay? So, that's it for this section of the video. Click on the next section if you would like to hear my review on Plague Marines and Noise Marines. And final tally, you like that? Okay. If you're going to choose Khorne Berzerkers, it's 50-50. It's like, if I feel like having fun and, you know, hope they kill a lot of stuff, then do it. But if you play competitively, probably not going to field them anymore, which sucks. Because then your close combat choices are limited. Yeah. But then again, I haven't gone over the other close combat stuff that you can use, like Mutilators or Warp Talons, and even Mauler Fiends, they're close combat. So, but anyway, Tzeentch, Thousand Suns, do you bring them? I would say, yeah, absolutely, bring those guys, because yes, they are more expensive than Khorne Berzerkers, but it looks as though they would be able to kill more stuff, especially if you're going against Marines, because you're AP3, man. You're shooting those guys. Hold on, let me check one thing first. One thing, are they slow and purposeful? Because they were in the last codex, and they might be slow and purposeful. Are they? They are slow and purposeful. Oh, by the way, they have Veterans of the Long War special rule already built in. And it says in the codex that if it's already built in, that it'll be included in their profile, so that's why their leadership is 10 already. Yeah, and they really hate Space Marines. And so if you're going against Space Marines and you have the option to bring 1,000 Suns, do it. Because it sounds like it'd be good. It'd be a good choice. But just remember to bring your HQ choice with the Mark of Tzeentch or with Ahriman so that you get the troops choice out of them. And that's all. So click on the next part if you want to see Plague Marines and Noise Marines.
Yeah.